Alright, so I had a question come in from a YouTube viewer, so I'm going to answer that question right now. Are swales working in the summer? How long do they keep water in the dry period after, let's say, a thunderstorm? How long do they keep grass green in the area around the swale? Alright, the first part of that question was, do they work in the summer? Anytime that it rains and you catch water in the swale, they work. It's a physical process. So water comes downhill, falls into the swell, slows up, spreads out, seeps in. So instead of running down the hill and off of your property, it stays on your property and slowly sinks into the surrounding soil. When I get a rain out here and it's in the summertime, and we're usually in droughty conditions during the summer here in the Ozarks in southwest Missouri, so we get a real good rain, maybe 2 inches. Those swales will hold water for probably 2-3 days max. Now, during the winter time, when we're getting a lot of rain and the soil's already saturated, there could be water in the swales out there for probably a month. And, you know, they would be completely full. It's really dependent on the time of year and really how much rain that you've had lately. All right, his third question was, how long do they keep grass green around the swale? So in our system, which was put in an existing pasture of fescue, there was already grass there which has been grazed, and it's probably pretty well compacted. So I feel like it's probably been hayed too. And you can really tell the difference where the swales are, especially in droughty conditions. If you don't get a real droughty condition, then you're not going to notice it as much. But when we did have a droughty condition, downhill of the swale system, directly downhill, you could really tell the difference because the grass was kind of burned. It was just dead, and it was yellow in the area that was away from the swale. But if you came under the swale, downhill from it, the grass was really green. And I made a video on that, so I will link that video so you can see for yourself the difference. But it really does make a lot of difference when you have a drought condition. Under normal circumstances, you don't notice that much of a difference. Not here. We get a lot of rain here. We get almost 50 inches of rain here every year. So if you're in an arid environment, you may not even have any grass. So it just depends on where you're at, really. And that's really the answer to just about any permaculture question. It comes down to, what is your biome? And it's hard to make generalizations about that. The only thing we can make generalizations about is the functionality of a swale, because we know water's going to flow at right angle to contour. You can be positive that swales which are on a slope will fill up with water as long as you have the berm on the downhill side, and the water will seep into the soil gradually as a result of it being held up with the swale, as long as the swale is on contour. And it's not a drainage ditch, so it doesn't have any slope to it. It's completely on contour, and it completely makes the water very passive, very, very calm. Instead of flowing water, it just turns it into a very steady, calm body of water that slowly seeps into the soil and stays on your property for a much longer duration and puts the water where you want it, and that's in the ground. I really appreciate the questions from Dexter too. Those are good questions, and keep those questions coming. I'm going to do a lot more permaculture videos now that the house is complete, and we still have spots available for next Saturday, a week from today, where you could come out and help us chop and drop. If you're in the Springfield, Missouri area, we appreciate the help, and it would be a great opportunity for somebody who's never been around the swell system to get an opportunity to check one out firsthand. So I'll put a link down here to that, and let me know if you're interested. Thanks for watching, and go outside.